we've got to catch up on a little bit that we didn't get done since the truck broke down. So we're gonna do our tie-ins. What are tie-ins? Tie-ins are basically things like this. You see how the wall and this part is not finished? So what we're going to do is we're going to mud that. Now, you see me just cleaning up my tools a little because I left them and I didn't wash them 100%. This is clean. Hold on there. This needs a little tidy up. Best part is we're not going to have to be here that late. All right. Put that away. I'm actually going to clean that up too. Again, like I said, all your tools should always be super clean, or at least to the best of your ability, super clean. So let's put this stuff here. We've got our coating mud in here. Basically, what we're gonna do is that right there. My 6-inch knife here. We're going to basically do our tie-ins and anything else that needs to be done. So let's start with this guy here. Right here. So usually get some rough edges. This way you don't gotta sand too much. And I will just go over that guy. Put my other thing away here. It ties that in nice and beautiful, like there was like a little bit of stuff in it. So then when we come back and we do the larger mudding joint, we can finish that. This one here, I'm gonna put, I'm gonna do this with this 10-inch. So again, we're just gonna go get our line. And again, this is why we did that in Confill. Usually I sand the Confill, but I know I know I got lots of I like to also scrape everything perfectly. Money, money. Keeping the same distance. Sometimes if you plan this out right, you can get a beautiful result. Like, you see how I didn't fill that in? Well, I'm gonna fill that in after it dries. A lot of people will be like, well, I like my joints to look symmetrical enough. Because you have a nice straight line going up. It's like a guide. I have to keep it the same distance away everywhere. I like using the 6 inches of this, but I'm going to do it with the 12, with the 10. And so you just bend the knife, pass over. This is called feathering, feathering out. And now, even if you miss a spot, and you can, just do a nice pass. Nice pass over. And then just lift it all the way up. Look, smooth like butter. Do not sand. Do not. I like to usually pull off from the wall somewhere near a joint so I can clean that up later. There's that. Let's go to this side of the door. See where we're at? Any rough stuff? Just scrape it off. Right. Don't get that in your mud. Take that out. This one I'm not going to do the craziest color on because we still have to finish the drywall on this side. They don't know what they're doing with that. So this is just to make it look smooth. Still have to put corner bead and rosemary, so this will just be kind of like to make it look like it's kind of finished. We'll throw the corner bead on after over here. Because once you put that corner bead on, it's going to bring this corner out, and you're still going to have lots of room to fill. Beautiful. That's done now. Oh, actually, I realized I need to finish this guy up here. Because that's a bevel, that's why I put contour there. And this is going to be a bigger corner here. We're trying to cover this joint here. This way I'll get a ton of mud on me. Watch it bend into the fresh mud behind me. A little screw that needs to be tippy tapped in. There. Very smooth. Whoa. Do all the tie-ins. It's not covering. Put more mud. Now I want to see some here. I actually need to move this corner. But I don't have to go right into the corner. I'm just doing this edge. Because later on, I'm going to run this corner again. And we're going to use the flusher on that. So this is just to make up for those area needs to be built up. Now this will put too much. So I'm not going to do the 3-way, I'm only going to do a 2-way. So we'll do the ceiling first. And wipe it out. Now, the corner it out. See, that builds up the corner nicely. What else are we gonna do? Here's some more tie-ins right here. This top one here we'll do, and we'll do this corner here. A little more light in the situation. So I don't like to sand, right? I don't know if you can see all of these guys. Crusty sticking out, right? This is how I solved that problem without sanding. So we just take our knife. Just because we need to bring it down to a level that can be coated nicely. So, what I do this tie in too. It needs to be tied in. I don't know if you can see that. I might have to move the camera back a little. That's pretty good. There. And then I'll do a nice blob of mud right there. And then go back and forth. And then take my knife, bend it, feather it out, and now that's nicely done. Here's another thing. So we're gonna do that corner, that edge, right? This is probably the best angle to do this edge right here. So again, we scraped it nicely, and now I just bring the mud down. I'm going to go around like that, and then I lay my knife nice and flat, and I go around like this. And that'll give you a nice fit. When that dries, it's going to be nice and smooth. I'm going to grab some more mud. You don't want to overload because you got to carry it the whole time. So just do that. Probably shouldn't throw your tools either. Just wanted that bench. Oh, it's still. Yeah. Still okay. So I'm just going to go around and do all the tie-ins. Like the ones in this corner need to be done here. But everything's in the way. Do the tie-ins I like to just kind of do all the areas first. But since we got all this stuff happening here, now it's not in our way. And you can basically see what we're doing. You come in, clean, clean. And I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little hump in the middle. Look, I'll get the camera kind of an overtop view for you guys. Oh, see? See that bit of light? That's what we're filling in. So, just trying to set everything up so you get a good view. There we go. Now that's tied in nicely. Look, we got another corner to do here. Right over here. We actually got this whole wall to do. So I'll show you that. From this angle. Back here, way back here. Because we even got that to do. Get some good light happening that way. And that way. A lot of moving. So usually when I do the big joints, I use the bigger knife. Just so they're nice. Even. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's nice and smooth. Now we're going to hit that one and then those ones. Now, if you do a good enough job coating, you won't have to do too much scraping. As you can see, I haven't done any scraping on these larger joints. We did mess that one up a little. Filled in now. Because I'm going to probably be in the way, I'm not going to see too much, so change the angle. Track those corners. don't know if from that angle can you see when I bend my knife like that? That's how a little bit more in there. There, perfect. See, I'm always moving the mud around in the pan, so I don't end up with a bunch of crusted areas. Okay, so we've done that, That doesn't need to be done. What else? Oh, there's another tie-in behind us, right here. Look at this guy. So we're going to do the top and the bottom. So I don't need a bench for here. So let's get a view. This is probably a better view for you all. This one. This one. All I'm doing is I'm following the line that I already have to kind of measure up from. A little bit more there. Needs a little more. Perfect. Now again, I switch to the bigger knife on the bigger joints. See how there's all that. This one I just mud an inch away from the ceiling, like a half inch away from the ceiling. And then I do the same nice large pattern across. So we were getting good coverage. Look at that beautiful one. You can't even tell. We have another joint here. scrape there. Same thing. 1/2 inch from the corner. Nice and beautiful to me. Have time. We got another. We got this guy up top here. Boom. And then that guy there. And then that guy there. So I'm going to need the bench for there. Some light on the situation. I'm going to move you to this side. This side should kind of catch everything. Even that circle needs to be kind of done, which is the vent for the ceiling. Right around there. I ended up fixing my bench, it's not so wobbly. Put some new rivets in. Alright, so being that this one we need 6 inch. Get rid of anything that can get into our mud. Anything that can get into our mud. This is called halos. For doing this, to be able to get a good contour around mud. You want a nice, even surface all the way around because you're using the mud as a way for the knife to basically have the surface to glide on. So now we're feathering the outside. Feathering the outside. And then you gotta kind of almost continuously go all the way around. That takes some practice. But with practice, you should be able to get it. That's how you do a halo. Alright. Move this a touch back. I'm not standing in the way. So I got this scratch in the mud. I'm going to fill it. Just so when my flusher goes over it, it doesn't have to fill that much. Now, do our tie-ins. Beautiful, beautifully done, Jack. Got another tie-in to do here, right where my halo was. I should have done that first, but here, let's do this. Beautiful. That. Now I'm going to do this. Now my preferred knife to feather anything in is a 6-inch. Just, it's kind of already perfectly bent, and it's not as flexible as this one is, right? So it's a little bit easier to do my feathering in the cuts. So here we go. One pass, boom. And another pass. And then marked up. It's looking a little bare in these parts here. Perfect. Now, fix that knife mark I just made. Beautiful. We got this guy to do here. Scrape. Go down the middle. I'll do that. Just to get the width get my perfect. Oh, I'm gonna do that one too. I'll just do it slightly. Can we see that part of the ceiling? Look at what we've done so far. All the tie-ins. Oh. Well, the crusties don't put back in the pan because it's going to make it harder. Harder on yourself. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing heavy on this side of the knife and leaving this other side over here higher. So it kind of looks like that. That's how I feather. Feathering out the joint. Look at that. Just beautiful. Smooth and beautiful. That's how we like it. Alright. Now, I've got the no more tie-ins. Is that it? That's it. All the tie-ins are done. Tie-ins usually happen wherever there's a butt joint. So butt joint, and butt joint. And what a butt joint is, it's a spot in the drywall that doesn't have a bevel. It's just literally the flattest part of the drywall, and you butt them together. So now we've done all the butt joints everywhere. And now I'm going to do the 3-ways in the corners. Actually, because I'm going to be working my way over to do the tie-in for this 45 here. So you have to do tie-ins up there. So we're going to basically do our 3-way in the corner. And 3-ways means, so you got one going up, one going across, and another one going across. So we got to make that corner look good. Because right now, that corner looks like that. It's kind of messy. So this just helps if you do your 3-ways twice. Once after your first coat. And then once after your second. Usually I do 2 to 3 coats, but I think I can get away with 2 on this job. So 3-way looks like we're gonna scrape the corner out. Because want to start on the ceiling first. We'll wipe a good chunk of mud in there. And then I'll feather with that corner. And then you'll do, I like to go in the corner and over, just because the mud on the end ends up pushing into the corner easier. Then you wipe down the way. A little bit of mist here. And a little bit of mist up here. And same thing. This way I go in and up. And then I come down. Now, you should have a nice sharp corner. Check that out. See that? Nice sharp 90 corner. Alright, so now draw your attention to this 45 tie-in. Now, this one's a little easier to do, just kind of go up in there, wipe it out. There's also a spot up there you gotta cut it. Perfect. Alright, so that 3 ways done. We've got a bunch over in this corner to do. And then we'll leave that to dry overnight. And now we're gonna hit, I'm gonna get you a little closer. It's gonna be hard to show, but now that we've got the tines, and the tines will be probably dry by the time we're done. All these tines will be dry by the time we're done on the 3 ways, but 90, make a nice sharp 90 everywhere. Again, I like to put the mud on my knife like that, and the way you do that is you just dab it out of the pan. So like I said, I like to bring the knife into the corner, and I'll just do something like this, and then I'll press it in. That's enough. Feather. Put my knife in the corner nicely. Hold it. Same thing here. Now I'll put my knife up into that corner and then pull down away. Right. Pull down away. See, I don't like how that's not getting enough mud. So feather this edge again. Put my knife. See See how my pinky is holding me steady so I'm not. No. Pull away nice. Same thing here. Now I'm gonna angle my tip going into the corner. That way, get all mud there. And then downwards like that. I put a little on the edge because didn't have enough. Feather the outside, boom. Back in the corner. Okay. Now I'll just clean this up. And now you have a nice sharp 90 corner. Now we're going to direct your attention to this window edge here. Right there. Get in there. Scrape that away. And then I'm just going to mud around like so. Head back, going back up. Kind of a bit of mud missing out of here. See the 90 up there. Kind of loaded that corner because it's missing some stuff. Push it into the corner and then outward. Kind of hit the top part here. There, that's done. Now we're going to work our way along this bulkhead and finish up the few things that aren't done. I'll position position my bench in the way so I can walk back down it. Since I'm here, I'm just cleaning up the bulkhead because after I'm done all this, I'm going to coat the bulkhead too. So I'll do it twice if I'm already here. You want nice sharp corners, you gotta sharpen them up with your 6-inch knife. So push that into the corner and take away a bunch that didn't go into the corner. Perfect. And this one. Oh my God. Corner. I'm not getting into the corner there. Ugh. messed that corner up a little, but I'm fixing it now. Part of my crown there. Okay, that's done. Alright, that's done, that's done. This one. Kind of still needs to be done. Okay, that corner. I think I should clean up that guy. I should clean up this one here. This side too. In a way, it's like a tie in there. And a bunch of it. No, it's all on this corner. Oh. Look at that. Smooth transition there. All the butts are done. We got this corner to do back here. This one I'll put you guys right underneath. You can kind of have a good view here of how I do this. There. So, sweep. Sharpen your corners. Sharpen. From all angles. Boom. 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 And then push into the corner with the mud. Pull away. Let's put some mud on this because we're going to fix that too. So, outside feather. Nice and smooth. Now I'm going to go in and down. In and down and out. A little dry. Sometimes if you don't keep using the same amount of mud in the pan, it's not smooth enough to get good. See, that's cleaner mud. Doesn't have like dust or anything in it. So it spreads a lot easier. So I'm going to take this off. Now, I got that paper. Oh, all I'm going to do is put a little mud on that. Feather. Just a tad. Feather the bottom, and then push it out nicely to get a good line. I'm going to clean this corner up here. There. Nice. Oh, see, it was too dry. There, clean. Clean like this. We did this corner in the beginning, it's already dry. And now we've got this guy up here. Actually, I also got this atrocity here that needs to be dealt with. You just throw the lights. So first order, sharpen. Oh, the one dropped my knife. Look, I missed the time too. Done. Back to sharpening these corners. Oh, and this another tie-in right here. So this one I'm gonna, so it's gonna be interesting because I got mud. No. Oh yeah. Let's just do our corners. So stick to what we've been doing. did the tile in front of it. Good enough. Okay, let's set this guy up here. That way you can see that corner we're doing. Sharpen. 90. This guy a little bit more. I don't know what that is. Not over it. Okay, everything's tied in. All the corners are done. Now that I'm up here, might as well do some screw holes. Make that flatter. One needs a little tap in. This guy here. Just a wee bit more. Not even a lot. work my way through on the bench towards us to do the rest of the screw holes. And to screw the beam a little bit. Because we coat that before we leave. Ooh. So remember, I did the ceiling and all the screws with Confill. If you look back to any of the other videos, you'll see that I can reach that. Keep moving the camera, give you guys the best view of what is going on. We gotta hit that screw that's there. Because this is not gonna have any knockdown. So, it'll just be paint. We'll just do whatever we can. For wall screws. Yeah, these guys. the ceiling. I usually like to make sure I connect to the one below. This is already almost dry here. That's good. I got those screws there, and then that's all the high stuff done. Let's set this up for you guys on this side. And so we're hitting the high screws, and we're not even high. Okay, those are all the high screws. Now we can hit all the chest level screws. This is going to be so much faster. You're going to see. I want to get all the mud mixed nicely. There you go. And this way you can kind of get a better angle of what we're doing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this wall and then go all the way around like that. So let's do this. This way you can see. Oh, I missed the screw there. You want a good clean wipe. Come up. And then this. Hit it again. get my sanding burrs covered. So there's like these burrs here. That's the paper. I only had one kind of paper, so I'm just filling it. And I think it's also cheap. Done. Now, alright, all the screw holes are almost done. The mud is getting dry, so see how it like wants to fall off the wall. So now I'm going to direct your attention to, we're going to do a halo around this plug. Because there's, I don't know if you could see the damage, there's some damage here that we filled in. Almost out of this mud. Let's see if we can do it with this one little bit of mud that we got. Oh, it's pretty dry. Just gotta cut. Feather the outside, feather the outside, and then one nice smooth circle all the way around. There, nicely covered. Bam. Okay. We got some more. Question 2. See, we got some comments here. What are you doing there? Let us see it. Huh. Well, John, we're doing mudding and taping. Q2. Hi, everyone. So here we are. Gonna set up a light here. We don't need to do any more climbing. Yeah. This out of the way. A few more joints to do here. I know this mud is getting really dry, so I gotta put some new stuff. I'm gonna mix them up a little. See how much more easier it is to spread when it's not dry as a bone. Okay. All the screws are done. Well, alright then. I guess now we can start with these bulkheads. I am going to start from this end, work my way underneath all the way around. We're going to be switching to the Hawk. We don't need the drill anymore. All the screws are 100% coated. I'm going to throw all that back into the bucket. Now we're done with the pen. We will be using the 10-inch, which is this, but I'm going to use the trowel. Always best to keep, you see all the crust that's coming off this? That'll end up in your mud and make it so hard for you to get a smooth finish. So that's why you see me doing this. Keep it all nice and clean. I'm not going to need this. I'm just going to need my 10-inch trowel. Or is it 12? I'm not sure. Okay, so it's a 12, and then I go over it with a 14 after. So load. I don't know if you can see me loading the hawk from there. Yeah, you should be. Same procedure on this as we do everything else. Except this one will drop it onto the hawk. Now for people who are starting out, I say get good with the pan first. And then from there we can move onto greener pastures after. I always keep my 6-inch with me. Do that to make my lines nice and even from front to back. And then I'm not overextending. Leave a little extra on the end. I'd like to do one nice swoop. So I'm gonna out of mud, but I'm gonna end up with a lot on the hawk in the end. That's okay. Little, because this mud sack, you need to kind of mix it a little. We're gonna go as far as this. And then from here, up, there was a blob over here. I left on the ceiling. Look at that. Over there, right there. I left that because the paper was peeling a little. And that's how you get it to be. I get it to be nice. I knock that over. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. There. Really cheating a little here. So once I get to this end, I'm going to use my 6-inch. So we feather. 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 Feathering done. Now clean your trowel. Make sure you have a nice path. Then this is where I use my 14-inch to get this around nice and smooth. No, I don't need that. Put that down. Hit this again. And one more to smooth it out. Look at that. Like a baby's bottom. Nice and clean. Get rid of that. And then continue what we started over here. Look at how smooth that looks. So now, I'm just going to show you the rest. pan, even at the bottom, is clean. Now, we feather. So this one I'm going to do with the larger trowel because it's going to give me that extra little bit of reach to go around all these corners. A little bit I missed there. Good enough. Look how nicely smooth that is. Oh. Now, we won't need, basically won't need this anymore. This will be the end. We'll do that one more time with this. Okay, I'm gonna put this away. Now, you can do this upper part. And the reason why I want to do that now is because there might be some mud that I can clean up. I'm going to put this light down here. And we'll just move the bench over. Work our way back. And that'll be nice. Work our way back from there. Let's see what we got for comments here. We got, my eyes are not very good here. What do we got for comments? We got, you're doing an amazing job. Looks like you may have done this at least once or another time. Yes. Yes, thank you for noticing. I most definitely have done this a couple times. Maybe just a couple. Just a couple. Again, always keep your stuff clean. So I'm not going to need a 6-inch, just need my hook. Don't want to smash my head into anything. I'm going to unload. Some of this this heavy mud off the hawk so I don't have to work with all of it. So again, this half an inch down from the top of the corner is how I do it. Half an inch down, half an inch out from the corner. So tomorrow, when we come back, we're gonna run the second coat of the corners on there. Half an inch down. See, the 3 ways I did are already dry in some places. But that's not gonna matter anyways, because okay, back to the 6 inch now. I'm just gonna feather out. Clean up the rows. Feather it out. The whole point is to get it in one nice swoop. Hit it one more time because that corner was low on the muds. Beautiful, beautiful, everywhere beautiful. Yeah. Mind you, this is only I'm going over the first coat. Right? So we've only done tape confill and now another coat on top of that confill. That's why I do that confill step. Feather, feather, and a little more. Hit that one more time. And if you see drag marks, it's usually because your knife is not clean. I got a little bit of drag marks here. Done. Just that mud there. Perfect. Now we're gonna half an inch from the corner, down, down. Same here. I got some crap stuck in my mud right here. Take that stuff out. Throw clean stuff in. Okay, now feather, feather. Huh. All right, let's look at that. Look at these corners. Look at this mud. So it used to look like that, but now it looks like this. All beautiful underneath and at the bottom. So we're going to direct your attention to the side of this bulkhead. We're going to work our way. Work our way back. I should be able to reach that corner. And load up on some mud. Make sure I got enough. And do that very smooth. And do it again. I'm gonna tie it in. This corner's still a little wet from when we did the three-way. That's okay. That's okay. All right. We'll have to do a light scuff in the morning when it's dry. And then do our corners again. So now, we've done that. We've got one more corner to do, and that is that guy. Make sure you scrape. This way. Piece of the mud. Usually if I put too much mud on, I'll even start getting the other side coated. Or at least if I can, I'll just do a little step up. Because I'm going to be taking a lot of mud off on the next pass. I'm going to load up this side too. So I'm just going to have so much on my hawk. There's no need to have all that extra mud. So again, and since I'm up here, I will smooth as a baby's bottom. So nothing needs to special on this side anymore. But I will need it here. Again, 6-inch. And so when I pull my trowel off, I like to pull it off in this part of the joint. And that's just so that any sanding line ends up right where I need, or I can easily sand it. Okay, let's do this side. See, the mud's not very well mixed because it's sat for 4 days. It's kind of clumpy. I'm mixing it as I'm moving it on the trowel or the hawk. too much. Try that. Like glass. I think that's it for tonight. That is it for tonight. We're done. Oh wait, I remember. We need to do a halo around this thing. Let's do that first. Halo around that light socket. But I'm gonna get rid of some of this mud. I don't need all of this. Oh, I can't. I just mudded that, so I'll do it tomorrow. All right. Throw that on there. All right, let's get a recap of what we have done. Take you off the stand here. So, we have done our corners. We've done the tie-ins from here to here, and now it's nice and smooth. And I'm just going to show you with the knife. Do you see how you have that little bit of light? We're going to fill that in the next pass. And then these joints up here, see how it's like hard here? Well, that's going to get filled in tomorrow too. But if you can see what we got going here, we got this beautiful, seamless joints all around. We got our nice tight 90 corners, which we're going to do another coat tomorrow. And we're going to hit that again tomorrow. We've got a few things left to do, but look, I'm barely covered in any mud. I like to pride myself on staying clean. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day. Don't forget to tell your friends. Like, share, comment. I want to thank everybody who's done that. And if you want to learn how to do it right, just watch this channel. Have a good night.